Hi, you guys. My name's Dain Court with CRE Guide. I'm the Chief Origination Officer at New Day Commercial Capital.
My name is David Ware. I am Vice President and Business Development Officer at New Day Commercial Capital. My job is to originate and bring in deals to the team.
And we also have Scott Diabiardinas with Commercial Loan Broker Association joining us from New York.
We've been promoting the Commercial Loan Broker Association as your place to get education as well as networking and a bunch of other stuff we have going on. Terry Luker, Jeff Luker, and John Cosentino are the founders of the CLBA. I got together with those gentlemen and said, hey, there's an opportunity for us to start our own conference from the ground up because there's a need for what we do in the marketplace, and that's what we did.
And if I was to tell someone this is why you should go, what are they getting out of the conference?
When you work with brokers, there's those top tier brokers that when you get a package, you're going to open that email because everything's there. And then there's those other brokers that kind of fall under that tier. That's where we as an organization want to raise those brokers that are under that top tier to that top tier level. One, it's going to make them a better broker. It's going to help them close deals, but it's also going to have them viewed much differently and a higher standard in the eyes of lenders. So the whole point of the organization is raising it to a higher standard and really educating brokers so they're all top tier brokers across the marketplace.
This is a gold mine. If commercial real estate lenders aren't at this conference, they're missing out big time. Most of the commercial real estate lenders and banks and credit unions and non-bank lenders are missing out. For me and our origination team to get out there and find new brokers and make new connections and see what's going on, there's no other conference like it.
We attend a lot of conferences throughout the year, and you definitely can separate the conferences where you're there to do deals or you're there to have a good time. And I think, Scott, you've obviously done a fantastic job of crafting a conference where going in, I know that I'm going to come out of that conference with multiple deals in my inbox that I know I'm going to close.
Non-bank lenders, bank lenders, alternative financing companies that have so many gray areas to work in opposed to just being black and white. We can help brokers to work outside of the traditional banking arena with all these lenders that we have in our direct lender portfolio. There's so many banks and non-bank lenders and alternative lenders that'll look at an asset class. Maybe they'll just look at the real estate, or maybe they'll just look at the cash flow, or maybe they'll just look at the credit score. Instead of looking at all three and finding reasons not to do the deal, they'll look for reasons to do the deal based on the merits of the deal itself.
I mean, that's why I feel New Day has a lot of different programs to offer. From owner user to investor, from light doc to full doc. And I think it's just a great marketplace to educate these new brokers and existing brokers and lenders what we're doing in the marketplace.
Brokers come to the conference with deals in hand, and they're looking to develop relationships or fortify relationships they already have with lenders that are going to be there. And lenders are looking to meet brokers that are coming to the conference for deal flow purposes and building relationship purposes. We have factoring companies, we have asset-based lending companies, we have equipment companies, we have ancillary services such as merchant services. There's so many different lenders that we have. Everybody's coming together and it's so synergetic with the relationships that are being built because it's a give and take all day long. The point of the education is the next week when they're in the office, they can implement what they learn in their business to help grow their business and help foster relationships, not only with business owners, but with lenders too.
That's why I'm glad that CRE Guide is going to be a sponsor this year. It's the first year that CRE Guide's sponsoring because that's a free platform. Brokers can find lenders, lenders can find brokers, and you said there's more than just lenders at this conference. There might be appraisal companies, there might be merchant cash advance groups, there might be hard money lenders, there might be X, Y, and Z lenders. CRE Guide, you can find all that. I mean, you can get in there, you can search for lenders, you can go in there for free as a lender, you can search for brokers, you can go in there free as a broker, you can search for appraisers, you can search for non-real estate lenders. So I think it's a very useful tool, CRE Guide, And you can find CRE Guide at creguide.com, or you can download the phone app with it. Very useful tool, and it costs you nothing. So you go in there and you put your, what you do as a criteria. People can search and find you based off the type of loan that they're looking to place. And Scott, when is the conference? I believe it's October.
Conference this year is going to be in Orlando at the Renaissance SeaWorld. We're going to be there October 27th, 28th, and 29th.
And where can people go to find out more about the conference?
You can go to the clbassociation.com, and that'll take you right to our webpage. And there's a ton of information on there, along with the links to register for the conference, either as a broker, as a lender sponsor, or a lender attendee.
Is there still that early bird registration, or?
The early bird is gone right now, but it's probably at the end of August, just before the conference.
Everyone loves the early bird special here. So, Dave, what do you look for in brokers?
How well do the brokers know the deals that they're pitching? Do they know the ins and outs of it? Can they articulate the issues or the hair on the deal? I'm really trying to figure out, where are the pain points in their business currently? Like, what type of deals do they see? Do they do biz act? Do they do real estate? That's somebody where I'm going to set an appointment, a follow-up call with, on the spot, to make sure that I'm solidifying that relationship moving forward. And most importantly, New Day is still, young in the lending industry.
It's new.
It is new. So we're growing exponentially, and we really need our broker relationships to be able to hit those goals. So I want to convey that message to the brokers at the conference.
It's hard enough to find the lenders that do what they do. I mean, that's a job all in itself. Oh, this credit union does this lender does this. And then it's 10 times harder to find a good rep at that company that can return a phone call, that can pick up a phone call on a Friday, return an email. And when I was a broker one time, I had a banker. I sent them a file. In the residential world, things move very fast. So when I went into commercial, I was expecting that same time frame to turn around. 2 weeks later, after I sent this impeccable file to this banker, she calls me up and says, "Hey, what are the passcodes to those tax returns that you sent over?" And I'm like, "You've had the deal for 2 weeks? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's a lifetime in residential." So I tell people all the time, you might not want to work with that person because they're a headache. They're a nightmare, and they're just going to waste things. So
during the course of the year, we do all our business on the phone. Coming to a conference, you're going to be talking to a broker that you've been talking to all year on the phone, but you may not know who his face is. You may hear his voice and say, "Hey, I know who that is." But it's a great way to solidify relationships, and it's all about the networking, right? We don't have enough of really great brokers out there to handle the deal flow that's coming. And that's what we have to do, is get these brokers trained, get them educated. Terry Luker is the gentleman that teaches the workshop, and he'll teach it from start to finish. And we'll do anything from how to debt service an investment real estate property, how to cash flow a 7A loan, how to write an executive summary, for God's sakes.
They're tough to read sometimes. Sometimes they're too much. But are these workshops in person? Are people flying out to Terry's home and staying in his backyard tent now? What are they doing? Are these online? What are they?
It's all online, which is the beautiful part of all these workshops.
You see a lot of people go to conferences just to goofball, right? And when I go to a conference, I'm there to better my situation. I'm there to better what I do for my family. I'm there to get business.
Understand what the conference is set up for, who you're going to be mingling with, and try to have, if you have some research and some homework done, you're going to be better prepared for the conference as a whole to strengthen new partnerships. I mean, there's the phone app where you can go in and see individuals. I can see the sponsorship list and see, okay, what banks or lenders or big broker associations are going to be there, how active they've been in the market, what markets they're operating in, so I can be prepared to have really productive conversations with them. A lot of our business is done on phone calls and via email, and it's really an opportunity to connect with my referral partners who I know are going to be out there and set a face-to-face appointment with them.
You got to make a splash when you're out there. A lot of people go and they're just there. They're working the booth and that's it. But what we try to do at a conference is get in there and be a part of it, right? We're trying to set up a happy hour, taking lenders, taking brokers out to dinner, not just stopping, at 5 o'clock, when the conference is over. But we take that to another level where lenders are able to get in there and sponsor a happy hour or sponsor something.
This year, we're honoring women in the finance industry with a luncheon, and we're really excited about it. We got a great panel of, powerful women that have been in the finance industry for a long time, and, that's something I've always wanted to do, but never had the opportunity. But this year, we're going to do that, and it's going to be on Monday, October 27th. We're super excited about that, and then there's just so many other opportunities to do networking outside of the exhibit hall and, the breakout sessions and all the other stuff we have going on.
What are you really excited for in regards to the future?
There's things that I wanted to do with the old organization I was never able to do. So now this year our keynote speaker is going to be Joe Theismann. He's not just a Hall of Famer, great football player, but he's also a tremendous entrepreneur. And he's going to have some great stories about, how his career ended suddenly on that one day. And next thing you know, he had to figure out how to persevere and go forward and continue to win like he's always done in his NFL career.
Scott, give us some final words on why brokers and lenders should not miss this conference this year.
Relationship. Listen, guys, if you're out there looking to develop new relationships with new lenders, you got to be there, because we have so many new lenders that have never been part of this organization before that are on board this year, and it's quite a diverse group. You have to be out there to meet those folks. You have to take advantage of the education, and you have to take advantage of the networking. You guys, I know, don't only get deals from brokers, but you also get deals from other lenders. With such a diverse group of lenders in the commercial real estate space, there's plenty of room for you guys to share deals that may not exactly fit the criteria of what you're doing from a lending standpoint, but there's great opportunities to develop those relationships also.
Awesome. Dave, any words why people should attend and why they should come get your autograph?
Yeah. So, that was a long time ago. Yeah. No, I would definitely say this is 100% a conference where you go to get deals done. From personal experience, I've closed multiple deals from brokers that I've met at the conference. So that alone is a reason that you should attend. And I still have those brokers on my list that reach out to me on a monthly basis.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, that's a wrap for this episode of CRE Guide, your guide to commercial real estate. Share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you at the CLBA conference this year.